It is very difficult to put in a number for a medium term as of today because the things are so changing. A, the global landscape, a global scenario is changing. B, what we have done today is based on the old base, that is 2011-12. The present level we are looking at as of now around 6.9% for next fiscal. This fiscal we believe it will be 7.4%. We are looking at the evolving El Nino by middle of 2026, which is not only have impact on the agri output straight away, but even the consumption demand. If this continues like this, we need some kind of kicker or some kind of boost up to that growth, and we have to see what kind of growth boost comes from the different policy reforms undertaken, which government has undertaken. Look, it is very difficult to put in a number for a medium term as of today because the things are so changing. So two things: A, the global landscape, a global scenario is changing. B, what we have done today is based on the old base, that is 2011-12, and by 27th February, the base year for the national income accounting will be changed, so we will have a relook at it. The present level we are looking at as of now around 6.9% for next fiscal. This fiscal we believe it will be 7.4%. It is likely to come down to 6.9. We are looking at the evolving El Nino by middle of 2026, which is not only have impact on the agri output straight away, but even the consumption demand. And if you look at the past 2 years, the rural consumption demand is very strong, and that is giving push to the overall consumption demand in the economy, and which is the biggest factor. Now, the consumption is again, as I said, we are expecting it to grow at 7.4% this year, and it is likely to continue at the same pace in the next year. And if things continue to evolve the way we believe or we are expecting in next fiscal year, we'll continue to see a growth of around 7.5% in the medium term. How can we push it beyond? There are many uncertainties. Biggest uncertainty is tariff. We are working as of now the growth number with the weighted average tariff imposed on Indian goods at 38.6%, compared to which used to be 2.96% or close to 3% by till January 2025. Now, if this continues like this, we need some kind of kicker or some kind of boost up to that growth, and we have to see what kind of growth boost comes from the different policy reforms undertaken, which government has undertaken and is likely to undertake in the future. So for this year, 25-26, we expect a shortfall of close to 2 lakh crore in the tax revenue, almost equally distributed between direct and indirect taxes. But because when the budget was presented last year, the 24-25 GDP number has changed, and the 24-25 GDP is higher than what it was assumed in the budget. We're likely to see overall GDP higher than what was assumed in the budget. And because of that higher GDP, we expect some fiscal slippage in absolute term, in the rupee term, but as a percentage of GDP, because higher economic size, it is likely to be 4.4%.
Sir, how do you see India's external, mainly in terms of trade and capital flows?
The capital flow has been a challenge. We'll continue. We expect the current account deficit for this year. We expect at 1.3% of the GDP, marginally increasing by 25 basis points to next year to 1.5%. The capital flows likely to improve marginally, but if you look at the net external balance, which is current account plus net FDI, that is likely to deteriorate 10 basis points to 0.8% of the GDP next year from 0.7% this year. If you see the credit growth in last 4-5 months have picked up. But yes, it is still lagging. The credit growth is, but the deposit growth is lagging the credit growth. Now it's a combination of so many things. If your nominal GDP growth has slowed down, so the likely that what the individual income growth, right now, that is slowing down compared to what it used to be earlier, and based on that, there's the slower deposit growth. The credit demand, if we see the continuous uh, consumption and the investment push, then it will give a boost to the credit demand. I think we should stop looking budget for the growth boost, because it is not that once in a year that those measures or reforms will be taken place. It will the government continues to take those action which is required in between, depending upon the situation. And so India is going and signing and negotiating trade deals with the different nations. This year we had done 3. We had done with Oman, we have done with UK, we have done with New Zealand. And the custom duty reforms, which we had taken mainly to after the 91 reforms, we may see something happening on the custom duty. A large part of budget, how it is going to pan out, will depend on what are the recommendations of the 16th Finance Commission on the devolution with the states. Now, depending upon that devolution, if devolution amount moves, whether ratio goes up or down, that will give either more money or will leave with the government, or that will leave less money with the government, and that will depend. Based on that, there will be government intervention if they want to do in the economy.